Hey, welcome back to Inwood Fishing. Let me get up these steps real quick. Good morning. Welcome back, man. Here we are, Jackson Square. There's the cathedral right there. Look at the cannon. Crazy guy singing. There's the river. Woo, hallelujah. Okay, so over that way where the cathedral is, that is the French Quarter. This area right here, the levee along the river, this is called the Moonwalk. Over the years, this isn't a place where you would see me fish very often. This is probably going to be the second video I've ever done here, and the reason for that is, under normal circumstances, it looks like the zombie apocalypse, especially early in the morning, because usually there's a lot of homeless people and crackheads and junkies and that sort of thing, drunks hanging out here. There's maybe a handful right now. We're in the middle of the pandemic, so there's like no one around here. Like, the French Quarter is a total ghost town. Usually it's buzzing with tourists. It's not buzzing with anything but hornets and bees this morning, if that. So let's get out here and get at what we want to do this morning. This is quite the iconic spot to fish. Not easy to fish though. I mean, it looks iconic, right? Because you got these paddle boats parked here. You have the Natchez and two more right behind the Natchez, and then further down there's another one. So this area that I'm cruising through is the area that you're going to think you're going to fish when you come this way, and that's true. This is the area you're going to fish. It's the easiest area to fish along this stretch, but right here near the paddle boats can be snaggy, and the current can be unpredictable. It'll look like one thing, and then about 15-20 minutes later it could change into something else and you'll get snagged. Now, over the years, this was a legendary spot because of these paddle boats. People will tell you that large catfish were caught here because at the end of the day, these paddle boats would dump their food into the water and the catfish would come and get it. Now, this isn't necessarily the kind of water that giant catfish would normally hang out in, because it is not deep right here. It's maybe 14 to 20 feet deep. The deepest part of this river is actually across the way at Algiers Point, just like directly across from us, and that can range anywhere from 224 to 240 feet. So we're on the shallow part of the bend. This is the wider part of the bend, and that is the tighter part. You know, the reason why there's a point over there, because it's the tighter bit, and that's where your deeper part of the river is going to be. So this is shallow. We are going to go past this pier with the locks on it and cast out, and I'll tell you more about this water. I don't expect much today because we just had a cold front come through and we're just over the full moon. Full moon was like yesterday. Zombie number one over there. I've pretty much just rode the whole length of the Moonwalk, well, the part of it that I want to fish, just to get a feel for who's hanging out, what kind of people they are, because this has been a really sketchy place to fish over the years. Now, here at the end at Governor Nichols Street Wharf, under normal circumstances, you always are going to find gutter punks hanging out here drinking. Over the years, a lot of violent things have happened down here at the end. So we want to see what's up, see who's hanging out. Down near the steamboats, the park benches look normal. Here they look horrible. Maybe because of the kind of people that hang out down this way, I don't know. Just as they got down here, they decided to skimp on the benches. All right, so we're gonna fish where the gutter punks love to hang out. Our gospel singer, I think, is leaving. I thought he was gonna hang out for a while. So we have a really short window of opportunity this morning before it just all goes to poop. It's already going to poop right now. About 9 o'clock this morning, it'll turn on to 14 miles per hour. The wind speed is gonna come up, and later this afternoon, it's supposed to be shooting buckets down on us, thunderstorms and whatnot. it's already picking up out here, the wind, but we're not going to see any rain while we're out here. The reason why I chose this spot, not just because it's an empty bucket right now, because when I looked out this way, you see a lot of bait kicking around, and I've seen some big fish busted, especially right in here. I've seen some bait. So right over here is where a sandbar kind of ends, and it kind of dips down. It's not super deep here, but it's a little deeper than over here. If I went towards the middle here and cast out, I would probably end right up on top of that sandbar, and I wouldn't be in deep water. So there's a trench that comes through here that's kind of deeper, and then it humps up onto that bar. It's like kind of a bar shaped like a crescent moon or a fingernail. So we're over here at the end of it, where we're going to be in deep water, probably anywhere from 14 to 20 feet. I would like it to be deeper. We will see what it feels like when that lead sinks, see what it hits. I'm only going to use night crawlers this morning. And that's not because I'm being stubborn about night crawlers. That's because during a full moon and cold fronts, when those two things are especially together, it's a little hard to get bait. So that's what we're doing this morning. We're using the bait we have. We should be able to produce something, hopefully. We'll see what we can get out of here. These are these garlic flavored ones, but I haven't tasted them to see if they really taste like garlic, but they do smell like it. So lately I've been rocking out with these dropper loop rigs, because a lot of places right now this pays off. This bait will stay up out of the muck in a lot of places when I do it on a dropper loop. So I just haven't changed my ways yet. So we're going to use a 3-ounce lead because it's the river. The current looks pretty strong. Hopefully it's not unpredictable, and we'll be able to be just fine. Now we got this night crawler on an OT1 octopus hook. Also, another thing I've just been doing a lot lately with my night crawlers. I'm stubborn, I haven't changed my ways, but I will eventually. So I might think I know what's going on out there, and I might know, but I need to know more about what's going on out there. I can't just look at it and tell you what's up. I'm gonna put out this one line just to see what's up, to see what's gonna happen to it. I think the current's gonna take it this way towards the wharf, but we could still get caught up in the back current, because there is a little bit of a back current here. You know, it's a swirl, a little bit of a swirl. This area can be unpredictable. We're not going to cast out too far, about almost the same distance as this wharf, because if the current is going really strong towards the wharf, I don't want my bait to get carried past that corner of the wharf, because it's just going to be an instant snag. Let's see what's up. Where is the river taking this 3 ounces of lead? Hard to say. I believe I stand corrected. Once I got this rod solid down in the rocks, and I stood here for a second before I got to the other rod, looks like we might be in the back current of the swirl, because it looks like we're going upriver now against the wind. I think the wind is just slowing it down. The wind is hitting that line and slowing our drift down. Hopefully we don't just go all the way upriver and end up parallel to these rocks. Wow, this is some strong current. We're just about parallel to the rocks already. Looks like we're gonna have to do a longer cast to try to get into a better place with that drift, if a longer cast will keep us in the drift. Whoa, there are some big ass fish jumping out there. Ooh, that was something. That's probably a gar getting something off the top. Oh, come on, get out of there. We just had a nice bite and then a slack line. It's a little hard to tell what a bite is here because the wind is picking up. It's about 12 miles to 13 miles per hour, but on the river, it feels a lot higher than that because it's like a wind tunnel here. So when they say, whoa, there we go, here's our fish. He just hit. Are you still here? Hard to say. I think there's a fish here. He's just not very big. Yeah, here he comes. When they predict a wind speed over 10 miles per hour, in town here in New Orleans. Here we go. Expect it to feel a lot worse than that here on the river. I did not expect much this morning, but I'll take this. It's good, at least I didn't get skunked yet. So I hope I get something better. But if this is all it's gonna be, it's better than getting skunked. Little tiny catfish. This wind is becoming a problem, but we're gonna stay. All right, you ready to go get bigger? Go on. Wow, I just cast right back out. Look at the bend in that rod. That's just the current. We got a north wind ripping through here right now, and when it's ripping out of the north like this, really strong like this, the current can be unpredictable, can get stronger. As you can see, if you look at the river, you can see it's getting rough out there. We almost have white caps, waves. We'll pull through this for a little longer, see if we can get another fish in this video, but it is getting rough out here. This feels like over 20 right now. This is getting ridiculous. All right, we came off the levee. We're at the end of the video. We're gonna call it a one fish video because that is a wind tunnel. It is crazy. It's like gusting over 20 right now. And if you look at that bench right there, see that silhouette of that dude? He showed up and he's shot up about 5 times while I was fishing. So kind of, he seems like, you know, harmless, not like a threat or anything, but it is kind of creepy. So now you know what it can be like fishing this stretch of the river. I will try it again because there's, oh my goodness, it's like a ghost town up there. So like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.